So I'm just here on a Thursday afternoon, eating my chips, minding my business. Yes, I am WWE Superstar Ryback, of course. And I decided to take a peep at my videos, and it turns out you guys really enjoy them. You also really enjoy Karlee. 1.4k views. So you guys are insane. Thank you. Now, just take a moment and look in the mirror really quickly. Do you see that? What is it? A goat! And one more time for the people in the back. A goat! But really, thank you guys. It means a lot. I'm literally 2 subs away from 100, and that is so much to me. So thank you, and let's get into this video. Now, there's plenty of cards out there that will pair well with Karlee, but I love this deck that I created, and I think you'll like it too. Starting off with the first card is Marked for Death. The main ability that Karlee uses is that she can sense nearby hazards. And once you use this card, you can mark mutations and you'll be able to see them through walls. Not only does it do that, it also gives you a 10% damage boost against any enemy that you marked. I think this card is very good because it actually kind of gives her an extra ability. It's very informative and it's a buff towards your damage, which is always amazing. The next card is Utility Scavenger. This card also pairs well with her due to her ability that she can carry an extra quick item. This card allows you to sense nearby quick items, and it also spawns more quick items. Now, a lot of people would say there's really no point in using this card, but the point is that it spawns more quick items, not so you can see them through wall. That's just like a plus. Next up is Silver Bullets. Now, Silver Bullets gives you plus 10 bullet damage and plus 150 bullet penetration. But every time you kill a mutation, you lose 5 copper. This card is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll come back to it right after this one. Next up is Knowledge is Power. This card allows you to see the amount of damage you're doing, and it also gives a health bar to every single mutation, and it also grants you 10% weak spot damage. Now, this is probably one of my favorite cards in the game. It's just so informative, and it pairs well with cards like Marked for Death. It gives you that extra weak spot damage. It's just so satisfying to watch all their health deplete. I love it. Next up is Bounty Hunter. Now, this card allows you to gain 10 copper each time you kill a mutation, which pairs well with Silver Bullet because you lose 5 copper every time you kill a mutation, completely negating that 5 copper and ending you up with 5 copper per mutation kill. Now, this card only goes up to 300 copper, but the odds of you killing 30 mutations is very unlikely. Next up is Support Scavenger. This card allows you to see nearby support items through walls, but your main reason for using this card is so that more of them spawn. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you feel like your doc and your team is just doing wonderful on heals, there's really no reason to pick this card, so just skip over it and pick a different card. Now that you really got the base of your deck together, you can actually start putting everything into damage, and this is the result.
What could go wrong? It's not me. It's definitely you.
Starting with the card Confident Killer. Once you use this card, every mutation that you kill will give you and your team a 1% damage boost up to 15. Next up is Reckless Strategy. It gives you plus 30% weak spot damage, but it gives you -5 damage resistance, so just watch out for that. Next up is Offensive Scavenger. You know the deal, you can see offensive items through walls, but the main reason you get it is so that more of them spawn. Next card. Next up is Large Caliber Rounds. Just like the rest of these cards, it's just an amazing damage booster that you need if you want to shred mutations. Speaking of shred, the next card up is Shredder. Each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, and it stacks up to 15%. And if you think I'm going too fast, don't worry, I'm going to cover the purpose of all these damage boosters in a second. Next up is line them up. This one's pretty simple. It gives you plus 100% bullet penetration with assault rifles. This card is very good, plus it has no cons, and this will probably be one of the cards I end up moving up in the future, so we'll see. Next up is Avenge the Fallen. When you or a teammate goes down, all teammates gain 30% damage, 20% reload speed, and unlimited ammo for 10 seconds. This card makes the revive so much easier, and being able to take out anything that probably took you out is going to be a lot simpler. Next up is Patient Hunter. Each second you aim down sights increases your damage by 10%, and it stacks up to 3. And the final card that I'll be covering is Ridden Slayer. It gives you plus 20% weak spot damage. This is also another card that can be moved up or even replaced completely, but I enjoy having it there, and maybe you will too. Now, what is the purpose of all of those damage cards? The fact that Karlee can basically see any mutation through the walls allows her to mark them sooner than later. Marking them brings the team's attention to it, and it uses the card Mark for Death, which is the first card in the deck. The main reason mutations become such a big problem is because there's usually only one person that realizes it's either there or someone else is just running while one person is shooting at it. This deck allows you to inform the team about not only mutation but the items around you, and it allows you to be able to handle your own with all the damage boost that it gives you. When a deck is able to buff your ability and then some, you know it's very good and it's very useful. So I suggest you give it a try. Here it is one last time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. And before you go, this is the math of all of the cards added up: bullet penetration damage, normal damage, weak spot damage. Just in case anyone wants to see the numbers, here it is. And thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like. See you later.